Hey guys, I want to take you on this adventure. So I've been fixing this Toyota Prius of mine, and right now I came to Home Depot because I was looking online and it says Home Depot has the oxygen sensor that I'm looking for. I didn't even lock the car, so I'm leaving the car open. That's how much confidence I have in Chicago. So I'm leaving the car is right there. See, I'm with the Lexus. So I'm leaving the car. I'm leaving it open, but I don't think anything is gonna happen. So I Googled the part number for the oxygen sensor that I was trying to buy. And it basically said that Home Depot has the oxygen sensor. So I'm about to come over here right now and see if they do have it. If they have it, it'll be a blessing because it says they have it for cheap. And because people don't know this place as a parts store, there's a tendency that they'll probably overlook this place. That's why it's so cheap here. At AutoZone, it's like almost $300. And here, it says is 70 something dollars. Maybe a little bit more than that, but we'll find out right now. It says the part number is 18071. It might be online only. Or is there any store that has it? I don't mind driving to the store. If you have a store that has it in stock, I don't mind going there.
What was the part number again?
18071. 18071. It's a Bosch oxygen sensor. It's for an upstream Toyota. Yes, Bosch oxygen sensor. Specifically for the Bank 1 and Toyota engine. And even if you have a location, I can go pick it up. I don't mind. I didn't even know you guys saw something like this. That's interesting to find out. But it makes sense. Since you guys sell like engine oil, it makes sense that you guys will have stuff like that. Now I'm curious, what else do you guys have for the low that everybody else is ripping people off? Like this stuff, it was at AutoZone for like $300. And it should, I was just checking online and it says you guys have it for a ridiculously good deal.
We have so much stuff.
I bet. They have it. Go check it out. So I'll 51 for that, and then I'll go to O'Reilly. If I don't find this specific part, I'll come back here and just order it for Tuesday because I need it.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So they don't have it in store, but they have it online. So for me to get it, I have to order it online or come here, order in the store, and I'll get it by Tuesday. But who knows? Maybe it's gonna be here by Tuesday. Maybe it won't. I'll 51. The backlight. One of my ladies, she ordered me a backlight. Special lady. And it's beginning to get messy. The backlight is becoming a nuisance. So I'm trying to get something different. Something that is not very messy. Something that keeps my unit very organized. Because the wiring to plug it into the wall, it gets very messy and it looks tacky. I don't like it, so I'm trying to do something different over there. So here I'm gonna look for this the plug. So they have this thing, right? If you hang your TV on the wall, it's like a backlight. You put it behind your TV, and what it does is that it makes your TV look really neat. And not only that, it doesn't have a wire that like all those messy wire that goes into the floor and plugs to your other socket. So I like that about that. It's very neat. Let's see. Finding the specific one that I need. I don't know if they carry it at this store. It might be only at the previous store that I went to. It's controlled by Wi-Fi, of course. You can control it on your phone, but it's like a combo kit. It's maybe similar to something like this, but I don't know. I saw this. It was kind of confusing how that works. I'm not the most tech savvy guy, so I'm trying to figure something that is pretty easy for me. Something like this looks similar, but I'm trying to avoid the wires. That's all I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid something that has ridiculous wiring. I just want it simplistic so that I could just plug and play and have no wire dripping down the back of the TV. I want it to look very neat and organized. I wasn't able to find what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go to O'Reilly, try to get the oxygen sensor for the Lexus CT200H, and then I'm gonna go to AutoZone to get the axle. I'm trying to finish up this car that I have for rent. For those of you that don't know that are watching this, I'm a Turo host, a power host actually. To correct that, I just lost my power host status. That's noisy. So if you know anything about Turo, a power host, you have like very high percentage ratings on your maintenance, 5-star ratings, all these other satisfaction markers that Turo has for hosts. So this last season, there was a cutoff date that I had to meet, and I had to have a certain percentage of meet a certain criteria to actually be certified a power host, but I did not meet that criteria because of maintenance. My maintenance was below the required percentage. So I'm getting in the car. It's about to be dark. Let's see. I have to start the car. So Turo required maintenance to be above 85%. My maintenance was almost there. Actually, I was over 85%. I had this one guest rent the Mercedes GLE 350, and for some reason, for some minor things, this is the car I just put on Turo. For some things very minor, such as the armrest and little stuff like that, I understand it might be a big deal to him. He gave me 3 stars, so because of that I did not qualify. But business is still good on every end. Private rentals, doing Turo, satisfying customers. You cannot hold on to the one defeat, one failure, or one marker, or one guest that actually ranked you poorly. You cannot dwell on that. You have to move on. So I chose to move on, and ever since after that guest, things are looking bright. Hopefully the next time around I could meet the power host criteria again and get back into the power host ring or arena. But at this point right now, my main focus is making sure that I'm getting newer and better cars with better gadgets and equipments that guests like. So right now my main goal for the next 6 months is to make sure that all my cars have Apple Play, and then after that making sure that maintenance is top notch on all the cars. I'm already doing that. I'm doing a good job with that. It's just that once in a while you get a guest that just is just full of complaints. They will complain about everything, and the same car that they complain about, somebody else would use that car, have an amazing experience. So you can't please everybody. I had a lady, I'll tell you a story. I had this one lady, she rented my car. This car drives horrible. The door, this, that. I was like, okay, bring it right back so that you could cancel the trip or get your money back or get another car. She was like, oh no, it's okay, I'll just keep it. She was trying to get a discount at first. When she saw I wasn't going, she kept the car. And guess what? The same lady that was telling me that the car was trash, at the end of the day, ended up trying to buy the same car for her nephew or son or something like that. But at the end of the day, the deal fell apart because we could not meet anywhere in between as far as the price went. We could not find a common ground on the price of purchase, so that deal fell through. But currently, as I'm talking to you right now, Turo unlisted my Range Rover, so now I had to rent the Range Rover privately. That same lady is renting my Range Rover at the rate of almost $1,000 every week. So go figure. So that's an amazing deal. So right now, I'm done over here at Home Depot. I'm going to head to O'Reilly, try to pick up this oxygen sensor, go to AutoZone, pick up the axle. I want to get this car done and ready. And I also have to fix my charging port. I'm going to show you my charging port real quickly. Currently, my charging port doesn't work. So my phone is going to die any moment. And my gadgets are going to die any moment. So I have to fix that. But yeah, that's what we're about to do. So come with me. I think I'm going the wrong way. O'Reilly is back that way. So I'm going to make a U-turn here. I just drove past this fast food restaurant called Portillo's. It's amazing. The line is so long. It's like human beings have come a long way. Most people don't cook anymore. You should see the line at this place. The line is ridiculous. I'm like, what the heck? What in the world is going on? People don't cook anymore, and that explains the weight and all the emotional citizens that we have, and the plethora of other issues that people have out here. It all comes from the food. You have to be careful what you put into your body. People don't consider what they put into their body, and I find that very despicable. That's crazy. People put Gucci on their body, and when it comes to what they put into their body, they chip out on it. That behooves me. That is something I can't understand for the life of me. But to each their own. Yeah, I just saw the line. I drove past the place. I drove past what do you call it? Portillo's, and the line is insane. I'm driving past it again. Maybe I'll show it to you guys. Watch. That's Portillo's right there. And let's see if we can get a visual of the line. The line is insane. Okay, that's the Portillo's right there. I don't know if I was able to get the line, but yeah, that's Portillo's. So there goes O'Reilly. We're finally at O'Reilly. Oh, Chick-fil-A is popping as well. Chick-fil-A is packed, but I believe it's because of this. This awful busy at Chick-fil-A. Okay, here we are. We're at O'Reilly's. There we are. We're at O'Reilly's. Right, come with me. Let's go in there and go see if they have what we're looking for. It gets dark in here. So I have to leave the lights on. It says the part number is 18071. Let's see if they have it. There goes the CT. Hello. I'm doing great. How you guys doing? Hi, I'm looking for a part. It's an oxygen sensor, and the part number is 18071. I just came from AutoZone. They don't have it. 18071. I went to Home Depot. They said they could get it, but it would take till Tuesday. So I'm trying to get it expeditiously because I want to resolve an issue. One of my cars.
You said 1802, right?
18071. 18071.
18071.
Yes.
We have this one right here.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me get it.
Yeah, let me check if I have it for sure.
Trying to see if I can get it today in this city.
Do you know if any other store sells this? Or have it in your shop?
18071. Availability. Only our big stores in the south. See?
Zero south?
Yeah.
The one in South, they have some.
Which
in
one?
Division.
Division in Central Park.
Division of Central Park has it? I don't mind going there.
Yeah, Division in Central Park has one.
Okay.
You want to go there?
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
want me to call, make sure?
Yes, that's the only one that has it. That's the closest one.
Hold on. I think I see 3371. I have another one by Milwaukee and Montrose.
Oh, that's perfect. Milwaukee and
Hold on, let me call and make sure.
Okay, Milwaukee and Montrose would be ideal. But if not, I don't mind going to Central and Division.
Hold on, let me see if I saw right. 33. Are you gonna stop there? 18071, the Bosch Center. Oh, no, this is the other side and figure out what he's going over there.
That's not impressive.
Oh, sorry. I hit you.
Okay.
I think it's the one I just spoke today. Won't be able to just leave it over there with the rest of them. Pretty sure it'll come up. You found that one like that over there, or it was on the coast?
Checking now to see if a different location has it. The location is closer to me, so I don't mind. That would be awesome. That would be great. That way I don't have to travel too far. That works for me.
Yeah, I got it. You got it? Okay, I'm gonna send the customer over there. Alright, thank you.
That's awesome. So they have it.
Yeah, they have it. You
Okay.
gotta pay here and pick up.
All right. So that's perfect. It's close to Milwaukee, so I'm just gonna stay on Milwaukee, and I should be able to get to this location. Hopefully, I can pick it up. Oh, it's been a crazy day. I'm just trying to finish this car, man, so this car can start making some money. I just don't wanna have a car like these cars are my assets. I don't wanna have the car sitting, because if this car is ready to go, this car could be making anywhere from $200 to $350, $400 a week. So it makes no sense. It doesn't pay me for this car to be sitting. It makes sense for the car to be ready and start making money. So that's one of the motivation to get it going. So that's what I'm trying to do. So that's why I'm hustling. You know, I wish I could put that song, you know, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. That's how I feel right now. You know, so one of my main motivations of starting this vlog is my dad. I really want my dad to see how active I am out here, and not only that, young men too. I want to motivate young men to see the things that I got going on out here, how hard we work sometimes. You know, people like myself, we have no jobs, we're not hired by anyone, self-employed, basically making way for ourselves. We're not dependent on anybody. We're not asking for anything. So just satisfied with the basic needs: water, food, roof over our head, and clothes on our back. And then anything other than that, we just put like our destiny in our own hands and we just hustle. So that's one of my motivations to starting this channel, so people could see it being built. So when the story is told later down the line, some people are not going to believe it. They're going to be like, nah, you know, he's not self-made, or he didn't work hard, or something like that. Or it looks like magic when you just come to say, if you go to my Solutionist channel and you see me all nervous sitting in front of a camera trying to impact knowledge, it doesn't seem very authentic. But here, you get to see me in real time, just getting stuff done, doing it for real. You get to see me out here moving and shaking, making deals, trying to find the best prices, negotiating, making insane trips like this just to get a part that nobody has. Stuff like this. That's what I put on this channel, because I want people to see the hustle. And not only that, I want people to be motivated to understand in the United States, this is one of the greatest countries in the world. You don't need a job. You create your own job. And when you create your job, and eventually it all clicks, the rewards are endless. I remember when I started my business and I started everything I was doing, I had some friends that told me that it wasn't going to work, that I should just stick with pharmacy, I should stick with everything else I was doing that in their mind was working. And I have this one rule in my life. I only listen to people that have the life that I want. If you don't have the life that I want, I don't listen to you. I even remember one time, I have an uncle who's a billionaire. He invited me to Vegas. He said, move out here. But I didn't listen to him. And here's the reason why I didn't listen to a billionaire at that point. I didn't have the mindset to be able to be useful to him. So it didn't make sense for me to move out to Vegas. But now, I have the mindset now. And I just want to get some of my dealings and get my house in order. I actually plan to go back to Vegas and make a business proposal to my uncle, make him an offer he can't refuse, be an ally, be an asset to him. I don't want to just go over there and just be a beggar or just another billionaire nephew trying to suck on the nipples of his uncle. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a leech. I want to be an asset. I want to show up ready. I want to project the mindset of winners when I'm in the presence of people that are already winning. Because you want to give them a reason to win with you. You want to give them a reason to put you or give you a seat at the table. So that's the whole idea behind why I rejected my uncle the first time he invited me to come out to Vegas and figure things out with him. But now I believe I'm ready, and I just need to put a few more things in order. Actually, I just passed my friend's dealership. There's this dealership right here. It's owned by one of my buddies. He's from Morocco. He's from somewhere in Africa. Amazing guy. I remember one time a friend of mine was trying to buy a car. One of my clients, actually, his son was trying to buy a car. His son was trying to buy a BMW. I told the son not to get the BMW, that these cars are very expensive to maintain. Calm down. You need something reliable. You use it. You use this reliable car like a Toyota Camry. Stack up some money. You are at the early stages of your life. You need to build wealth. You need to build some leverage financially before you start going into all these other deviant behaviors, like trying to own a BMW, a high maintenance car at the age of, it's like trying to get a model at the age of 18. You can maintain her. Women cost money, but most men don't listen to this logic. So in that case, he ended up buying the BMW, and guess what? I believe he's regretting it today because the radiator broke down. He couldn't even afford the radiator. BMW was telling him like 500 or something, 600 or something. At the end of the day, he used my resources through my resources, he was able to acquire the radiator. We ended up getting the radiator for like, I believe, Elston. Oh, this is Elston. Where's Milwaukee? So I believe he ended up getting the radiator for, what did he get the radiator for? He got the radiator for $60. I think about $60. He got the radiator for somewhere around 60 to 70 bucks through my connection. So these are some of the things that I'm gonna make videos on how to get, just get things for cheap, because some people would tell you, oh, pay full price, this and that makes you a high value man. Whatever. Don't listen to that rubbish. The rich people are rich because they conserve their expenses. They cut that. That's why most of them don't want to pay taxes. That's why they have clever accounting. If you have to pay full price to be rich, every rich person will be broke. But it's because they avoid full price. They play the game. They play the game of life. Oh, I think I need to keep straight. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry. They play the game of life. That's why they're able to win. Rich people play the game of life. That's why they're able to win. They figure out where they could cut down on expenses. They figure out where they could maximize profit. That's how rich people win. Rich people don't pay full price. They find a way to create value. That's how they become rich. They don't just go out there, oh, it's 200, they pay 200. No, they negotiate and make sure that it's in their best interest, whatever it is they're paying. They just don't give away their money for free. That's what poor people do. Poor people give away their money and they brag about spending or paying full price. They brag about how much it costs. Rich people don't brag about stuff like that. Most rich people are actually very low key. They don't want you to know they're rich. So that's how they stay rich for a very long time. They don't brag about money. They show their work. They brag about the work. Rich people brag. but they brag about work. They don't brag about money, because you already know they have the money. But they brag about the process. They brag about the structure. They brag about what they've built. They brag about building. Poor people brag about money. They brag about how much stuff costs. That makes no sense. Rich people brag about value. It has to be valuable, because that's what they do. Rich people create value. Wealthy people create value. Poor people consume value. So that's why they have nothing. That's why they always try to brag about the value they're consuming, while someone is on the other end bragging about the value that they created. So ask yourself this question: do you create value, or do you consume value that someone else created? So if you consume value that someone else created, I got news for you, buddy. You're a poor person. And if you create the value for other people to consume, yes, you're a rich person. And being rich initially starts right here. You're rich in your mind first before you're rich in person. Most people think that it's the other way around, that you get rich first in your pockets and then you can now claim to be a rich person. No. You're rich first in your pockets, in your mind, then it translates into cash. Hold on, I need to figure out where I'm going. It says there's an O'Reilly Auto Parts somewhere. I gotta figure it out. 1 second. So yeah, we're still on our mission to find this O'Reilly. It's in Jefferson Park somewhere. So I'm still driving in that direction. So I'm kind of lost, but I'm a Chicagoan. I never get lost. Look like getting lost in my own city. But I think I figured out where it is. It's somewhere. It says on Milwaukee and Central, so I need to be on Milwaukee all the way to Central, and then I'll get to that O'Reilly. But I have to do that quickly and come back to this shop so that I can fix my charging port and then head to AutoZone. I gotta accomplish these things today. And I hope you guys don't mind. Most of my blogs will be unedited because you never know what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna cut out the part where in between talks, but for the most part it's gonna be unfiltered. So I'm gonna do my best not to curse. I'm not a cursing type of person. I was well raised, well trained, well groomed to be a man. So cursing is not my thing. I could make sentences put together proper sentences without cursing. It's nothing to me. It's just that when I'm around certain people, their speech pattern, like it influences me. It makes me wanna be relatable to them, but for the most part, cursing is not my thing. I like to speak properly, articulate my point, and make sure that whoever is listening to me has the tendency or high tendency or proclivity to comprehend what I'm saying. That's just what communication is all about. So that's what I strive for. I'm actually passing my friend's store. He has a wholesale store. He has a wholesale store over here with his brother. He's an Indian guy. He's a multi-millionaire. I've been to his house in Wilmette, I believe. He lives in Wilmette. He made his millions from a trucking company. His name is Nick Patel. You know, Patel Bros, you know, the Patel Trucking. He's a very rich guy. You should see his house. His house is ridiculous. He has this amazing house. Obviously, they're Indians, you know, they're the top of the food chain here in the United States. You know, they're considered Asians, but the Indian group, they're the top of the food chain as far as like earnings in the United States. And they do an amazing job raising their kids. They're similar to the Nigerians. Nigerians raise their kids well. Basically, Nigerians train their kids. Nigerians groom their kids. Nigerians coach their kids. Nigerians, what is this word I'm looking for? Nigerians control their kids. But you see, over here in the United States, I found out that, especially in the African American community, they're very rebellious towards the word control, the word groom, all those kind of, they don't like stuff like that. But all these words are just another word for training. You have to listen to people that were here before you, but I don't want to get too much into that. To each their own. You do something, and if it's not working for you, I always tell people, emulate good examples. I made videos about that. Why Nigerians are so successful in this country is because Nigerians emulate good examples. They listen to their parents. Like me, when from the moment I came out of the stomach, I don't know, I just had this strong affinity to just listen to my dad. I'm like, this dude has been here before me. Why would I try to use my brain when his brain is already tested and trusted? I just listened to my dad. That's all I did. I just shut up my mouth, listened to him, followed all his guidance. And then as soon as I could start figuring out the ways of the world on my own, I stopped listening to my dad. I just took advice from him. So he would make suggestions and I would listen. And in some cases, I don't listen to him, or I just hear him, but I still act out based on my immediate need. But at the end of the day, most of my dad's advice, they've been very indispensable, very priceless, and they've ensured that I went places in life. So just having a father like my dad, I wish that on every man. I wish every man would have a father like mine. My dad has been instrumental to me being alive today, to me being a high achiever, for me accomplishing the plethora of things that I've accomplished in my life, not just as a Nigerian, but as a human being. Without my dad, I don't know where I would be. I'd probably be nobody. I'd probably be one of those African kids you see like on, what do you call it? You know, the African kids you see on TV, like the way Americans like to, like the Americans, white Americans like to depict Africans, where they have you with like flies on your nose and stuff like that. That's who I would be. Back in the day, you know, they have all those, what do you call them, pilgrims, or what do they call these people? The people that come to visit Africa, and they come over there and shoot all these videos, and they were eventually exposed to be frauds. They come to Africa and they show all these kids with like flies on their nose and just suffering and going through hard times and stuff. And then at the end of the day, people found out that all of that stuff is not true, that they were just taking advantage of the weaknesses of Africans. Can you imagine that? How miserable do you have to be to leave your own country, God's own country, as they call it, a structured society, and go all the way to an unstructured society just to create chaos? I don't understand people, you know. So, but I don't like to talk politics on this channel. But once in a while, I'll dabble. I don't think it's necessary. If you want to help people, leave them alone. Let them figure it out. Suffering is part of life. I wake up every day and I plan to suffer. Period. I look up to my, as difficult as it may seem, I look up to my morning push-ups. I look up to my morning runs where I go to the second floor and I run to the 27th floor. It's very difficult. I don't want to do it, but I look forward to it because I know after such suffering, it opens up a certain dynamic. It opens up a whole different what's the word I want to use right now? It opens up a whole different neurological pathway in my brain. It makes me superhuman. I'm stronger because of the suffering that I go through. Suffering is a necessity of life. If you're a young man and you're trying to avoid suffering, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. You should embrace suffering. Suffering is the best thing that will happen to you as a man. Yes, I said it. The African kid said it. Go run and tell him that, like Rick Ross said in his first album. Run and tell him that. Suffering is indispensable. If you want to win in life, if you want to be successful, you got to suffer. You got to suffer. I'm gonna do a vlog in the future and tell you guys about a couple of times that I almost died. Maybe about 6-7 times that I almost lost my life. And all of it was mostly just hustling, just trying to become better. One of the occasions was I was trying to learn how to swim and something happened. I almost lost my, so, you know, some others was like just doing this car business, car hustle, I almost lost. So, you know, I've had my own share of turmoil. But at the end of the day, look at me. I'm still here. So right now, look where I'm at. Let me show you guys. So finally, I arrived at O'Reilly's. So I'm about to go in there and make sure they have this part. So I had to drive quite a bit to get to this O'Reilly. My lips are dry too. Sheesh. I just want to keep this as unfiltered as possible so that I don't disappoint the people that see me in real life, you know. It's just the same person. Hey, what's up, big guy? They called you from the other store about the oxygen sensor, 18071. Hopefully you guys have it, man. Nice head warmer.
Yeah, this one I got it.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Oh, you want to do me one more solid?
Yeah.
Do you have the axle for 2012 Lexus CT200H passenger axle? Lexus CT200H. If you have the axle, that would be, I don't know what to tell you, man.
You sound sorry, you said driver or passenger?
Passenger front axle. Mine is just spitting out.
What, has the grease coming out?
Yeah, spitting out goo, man. I don't even know what's coming out from that thing.
This one I had to order it for tomorrow at 11.
Is there any store around here that has it?
The closest store, they have it at, I think it's a store you call from Addison and Elston.
Oh, they had it there?
It shows they have 2 of them now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'll go back over there and pick it up, okay? Do
Alright.
you have the front shocks? Do you have the front shocks of that car? Let me just figure out everything and pick everything up. I think that's another thing I need for that car. Yeah, the front shocks. I might need the window regulator. I might.
Front shocks you don't carry for.
Okay. So you don't carry the front shocks, right?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine if you don't carry front shocks. I would just take I would take what you have.
Alright.
Yeah, so you said you have the oxygen sensor?
Yeah, I got
that
it.
works for me. I'll take that. I need a couple of more things, but I can't figure them out right now. Let's pay for this, and I'll figure the rest out.
Comes out to $324.12.
That's crazy, bro.
You got a phone number with this?
Yes, go ahead. Try it and stuff like that, and just figure out, what it is that interests you. What can you do easily, without much struggle? What works easily for you?
How do you edit?
How do I edit? That's the annoying part.
Yeah.
Editing is like,
What do you use?
The
You use
female
your phone
dog,
or you
yeah.
have the laptop?
I do it on I have a big screen TV hooked up to an iMac, so I just edit on my. It's easier for me. I can easily see where to cut and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, editing. If you have a friend that loves editing, you do well on anything online. What gets most people is the editing part. Editing is like,
That's like one of the easiest, or like one of the best ways to get some money now. Even if you look it up on Google, before you could never see any social media influencer, but now if you go on Google, look for the highest paying jobs, it says YouTube is right in the top.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I don't know what it used to be before. Probably doctors, lawyers, they had on there, but now it shows
YouTubers,
influencers,
Yeah, me personally, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But I believe I have something to teach young men, so that's why I started. I wanted to teach young men like how to make money quicker, because most people are still going about it the old way. Like, guys like yourself, you work a job, there's only certain hours in a day.
Yeah.
Are you understanding what I'm saying? You trade your time for money, and at the end of the day, even if they paid you $100 an hour, there's only so many hours you can work. But now take for instance, right? You worked all year and you were able to save like say $25,000. You bought a truck and a tank in the back. You know those pressure washers that used to wash the street? You bought that and you put it on Marketplace or you put it on Craigslist for rent.
Yeah.
The Mexican guy comes and rents it and he just uses it to do his operation during the summertime, right? Let's say, for example, he makes $10,000 a month. You charge him $1,500 a week to use that truck. You're making $6,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay? Think about that.
Yeah, the passive income. Yeah, I mean that's
You bought the truck one time. It just keeps making more money.
yeah.
Every time you hit 25,000, you add another one. You hit 25,000, you add another one. You hit 25,000. Think of where you'd be once you get to 10.
Yeah.
Now you're making, let's say you're making, I don't know, $6,000 times 10. That's $60,000 a month.
Yeah.
You see how money works?
Yeah.
And you don't have to trade your time in. So now let's say you make $60,000, right? A month with 10 of those trucks, right? And then you decide to go to a club with your homies, right? You don't drink alcohol, which is a smart thing to do. Don't drink alcohol. It damages your body. When you're young, you can afford to. After 30, stop. So you go to the club. You guys pop bottles. You just kill the whole place. You got all the females that you wanted. You guys had a good time. It was a good vibe. And you blew, say, 15,000. It won't matter.
Yeah.
Because the next month, the money bounces back.
Yeah.
And you don't have to trade your time for it. But when you work a job, after your shift, you just gave your life away. You will never get that time back, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Even Jesus can get it back for you. Stay strong, bro. Eh?
All right, man.
Just stay thinking, okay? I'll give you my channel, my YouTube channel. It's called The Solutionist.
Solutionist?
Yes, watch some of the videos on there. I have 2 of them, and if you go in the link in the description, you will see so many links to my other channel, The Solution. I'll give you both of my channels so that you can see it. Then the vlog channel, I'm gonna try to link it on there too.
Is TheSolutionist?
Let me see. Yeah, The Solutionist.
Because I don't think it's this one, right?
Let me see. You can tell which one is me. It's very apparent right away.
Oh, it has a photo of you?
Yeah, it has a photo of me holding up $100 bill, just showing that it's a money channel, and all. That's all we talk about. Because I noticed that a lot of people in America don't want to talk about money. There you go. Okay. Then I'm gonna show you my other channel, so you can go back to the people you're subscribed to, and you can see my channel, and then you can see the content that I have. This is the other channel, okay? So this is a man's channel. You just stuff to stimulate your mind so that you get to thinking. Because the more you think to your advantage, the more freedom you're likely to acquire. Money is not for you to show off. Money is not the end goal. Money is a tool for you to be free.
Yeah.
Money is like a key that unlocks the padlock that chains you down and keeps you in doom. But with money, you unlock that padlock, set yourself free.
Yeah.
All right, big man?
All right.
All right, so we just finished over there. We're getting out of here. I'm about to go back to the store that I just came from. What a drag. The store that I just came from had the axle, and I came all the way over here. Can you imagine that? Came all the way here only to find out that the store that I just came from has the same exact thing I was looking for. That is just insane. Who does that? Choo wants who does. And you guys love me for it, right? I should have asked. It was just an oversight. I usually don't make that type of mistake, but I was thinking, remember, if you go back and listen, I was hoping to get that axle from AutoZone. But now that I realized that O'Reilly has it, yeah, I'm gonna make the smart decision. Because I could even hear the car making some, let's see, I think I hear the car making some sound. Let's see. I thought the car was making some sound. Maybe it's the axle, but yeah, there's some sound coming. But it's okay. So I'm just gonna go back there, pick up that axle, know that I'm done with this car. Just have everything mounted, and then the shocks. I think I'm gonna have to buy the shocks from Lexus. I think I'm gonna go to Lexus to buy the part because I want this car like in very good condition. I want the renters to have an amazing experience. I want whoever rents this car to. I remember the first time I rented out the Lexus the first Lexus HS250H that I got. I remember the first renter that rented that car, the first guest, they were in awe of that car. They loved the car. They were like, oh my God, I just love driving this car. I cannot wait. I just want to keep it. That's what they were saying to me. I wanted, oh man, like, I miss it already, just coming out of it. I remember when she came to drop off the car, she was like, oh, I miss it already, just dropping it off. 1 second, guys. That's what she said to me. She said, I miss driving the car already. It was so comfortable because Lexus makes some of the best cars. Lexus does make some of the best cars. The cars they make are very durable. Just the Japanese culture is just designed towards excellence. I've never seen a better group of human beings like the Japanese. The Japanese are so forward thinking. They're so wholesome, innovative, creative, humane. they're just, I mean, I'm talking about the good Japanese. Don't forget, Japanese are still human beings, and they always have the bad element in every society. But so far, based on what I see from Japan, even like their watches, like Seiko brand of watches, Grand Seiko, they're well made, they're Rolex quality, but the price is humane. They're very humane people. Even when they made one of the best supercars in the world, the Lexus LFA, the best supercar, like undoubtedly, the Lexus LFA is the best supercar. You could argue all you want, is the best supercar that was ever made, or hypercar. They priced it at $250,000. So when that car came out in 2007, if you bought it, held on to it, today, you could easily turn around with very low miles. Let's say you bought it and you never drove, you just warmed it up and all that kind of stuff. You could easily turn around today and sell it for $2 million, $2.5 million. That's how amazing the Japanese are. They spent $1 billion plus trying to develop that car, only to put it on the shelf for $250,000. It will be interesting to see what it cost Koenigsegg to make their cars and why they chose to price it so much compared to people like Lexus that have been in the game for so long and they put in their all into development of their cars. Case in point, the Lexus LFA, where they went all out. There was no budget. They did their best to make sure that car was the best thing that ever hit the road. The sound, car was tuned by Yamaha, like they went all out. That car is just amazing. So, but at the end of the day, the people with the money speaks. I don't know, like people that the cars were meant for, they weren't attracted to it at first, but you know, the world is a every dynamic place, it's every changing place. I believe people just buy into hype these days. If something is not hyped up, people are not interested. And one of the things that made the Lexus LFA, I believe, not so attractive was the fact that it wasn't a dual clutch transmission, because by the time the development was over and they put out a product, the world has moved on from single clutch to dual clutch transmission. So Lexus lost out on that. But other than that, Lexus LFA was just an unformidable machine. I don't think there's anything on the road that sounds as nice, as aggressive, as threatening. I don't think that there's anything that looks as masculine. I don't think there's anything that looks lavish. Lexus LFA is so beautiful and so sexy that you can hang it on a wall. Every piece of the car is just art. I know now I just sound like a car head or like a car guy. But yeah, that's how beautiful that car is. But at this point, I'm heading back to the O'Reilly's that I just came from so I can pick up that axle. Because what this car is doing is that this car, the axle is broken. So what the axle does is that since it's spitting out grease, the grease hits the muffler system right by the catalytic converter, and because the muffler system is hot, it burns up the grease that comes out of the axle, causing fumes to go into the engine, and then the fumes then indirectly or unintentionally comes through the vents of the car. So you're breathing these fumes. So that's not good. So that's one of the biggest motivating factors for me to get this issue resolved pronto. So I want to fix it so that the fumes stop coming into the car. Like I said, I haven't even changed the air filters in this car, the cabin filter, air filter. I haven't changed all that. So I'm going to do all this, make sure that the car is mechanically sound before all that. And then the last thing I'm going to do on the car is detailed. I already bought the floor mats, the WeatherTech floor mats. I bought some knockoff brands. They were cheaper, like $100. WeatherTech was like asking for almost $250, so I didn't want to do that, but we'll see. Oh, I think I was supposed to go that way. What's going on here? I think I'm still going the right way, because I'm supposed to go down. What was that, Belmont? I think that was Belmont. Oh yeah, Belmont. So I'm going to Belmont. I have to make a left on Belmont so that I can get to the O'Reilly's on Belmont and Austin. Belmont, Elston, and Kedzie, I believe. I think it's Belmont, Elston, and Kedzie. I think so. So that's where I'm headed, so I can pick up this axle. and start the process of getting this car to its right state. Because I know once this car is done, as soon as I activate it on Turo, boom, it will be rented right away. And not only that, as I'm speaking right now, I have private renters waiting to rent this car already. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. So imagine you're a young guy, you put the money together, say $5,000 to buy a car like this, and as soon as you're done putting it in a position where it can start making money, boom, you're getting cash flow right away. The first person rents it for 2 days, you have $140 right there. Someone comes, rents it for 10 days, you have $700. Someone comes, rents it for 5 days, you have $350. Like that, money is just coming in, boom, 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 and it's still your car. You can still hold on to it. You could drive it, you could flip it, you could get your cash out of it. But why would you want to do that when it's spitting out cash every single day, whenever it's rented? So you want to keep that in mind. Assets you don't want to sell. Just be patient with the cash flow. So because whenever you decide to sell an asset, it's usually a very horrible mistake, because once you sell the asset, your ability to receive the cash flow as a result comes to an end. But when you hold on to the asset, if the asset costs you $5,000, you still have that equity, that $5,000 equity. You're still a shareholder or a main holder in that equity. And not only that, you still receive dividends in form of cash flow for that investment. So selling an asset should be a last resort. Like, it should be something you do when your back is against the wall. And even when your back is against the wall, you have to calculate properly and make sure that the situation really calls for it. Because sometimes your back might be against the wall, but it's something temporary. There's something you could do to hold on to your asset. If you just fight hard enough, if you just find a way to leverage your situation and make something happen, you could actually avoid letting go of your asset. People always regret selling their assets when their back is against the wall. It's always something people regret, especially an asset that is performing exceptionally well. You don't want to get rid of that. But most people, people always have a tendency to take the easy route. Think about exercise. You could exercise and get a big butt. You could exercise and get a good body, but people rather just go under the knife, surgery, risk their life. Think about it. Exercise is almost, your risk is almost down to less than 10% that anything is going to happen to your health. But people go under the knife where it's like 50-50 or 60-40 or all these stupid ass crazy percentages, and they don't mind undergoing these levels of high risk and putting their life, the only thing they have, in jeopardy just to get a nice body when they could just hit the gym. So you see, people take the route of least resistance, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? Case in point, Kanye West, his mom, I mean, she lost her life going under the knife. She could have just hit the gym. She could have done other things that are light to improve her situation. She could have just made it a lifestyle. But like I said, people always go in the path of least resistance, and sometimes they pay dearly with it. They pay the ultimate price, which is your life. There's a book I'm reading right now. It's called Living Good. And the doctor says this in some of the opening pages of the book. In the preamble, he says, if you don't take care of your body, where would you live? And that struck such a strong chord with me that I never forgotten that saying. I say it to everybody that I meet. If you don't take care of your body, where would you live? It's a crazy thing. Think about it. Where would you live if you don't take care of your body? Where? You can't get a spare heart. You can't get a spare leg. You can't get spare anything. Even if you do, it's not going to work like the original. So why not just take care of the original? I don't understand it. And sometimes it just comes with mindset. Sometimes it comes with parenting. It comes with structure. It comes with background, where you come from. But I urge most people to go research on their own how to take care of the only body that they're ever going to get in this lifetime. The only place you're going to live till the day you cease to exist. Do your own research. Forget about that. Your mom is 300 pounds. Your dad is 400 pounds. That shouldn't be your take. That's not normal. That shouldn't be your state of normalcy. That shouldn't be the default setting. You should go do your own investigation and get a better life. Like me, for example, my mom she was overweight. She was fat. I didn't want that. I didn't even want it for my dad. So what did I do? I make sure that I'm not going to be entangled with no woman that is overweight. And then not only that, if I ever happen to be with a woman that's overweight, I'm going to help her get in shape. And also, I work on myself so hard. I make sure I suffer every day. Like I told you, suffering is part of success. I make sure I suffer every day so that I give myself the best chance at not only longevity, but just love myself. Because people love people that look good. So if you look good, you will love yourself. So it's one of the things that I do. I make sure that I give myself the gift of suffering so that I look my best and I feel my best. You see? So these are some of the things that I do. And your body will thank you right after that. As soon as you're done suffering, your body will thank you longer than the suffering took. So let's say you invest 1 hour working out or getting your body in shape or suffering, your body will thank you for like a week. You will feel good for the rest of the week. Sometimes I'm just moving and shaking and doing the things that I do. Sometimes I start feeling down. I read this quote from Andrew Tate and it resonated with me so much. He said, sadness and depression is your body telling you that you're not working hard enough. That is such a fact. Once you work hard, it goes away. It's like a default state of the body or the mind to fall into depression or hopelessness when there's no much activity. Think about it. Like when you see a car that is just parked doing nothing, it starts to rust. That's that car being depressed. But think about a car that's being used every day. The car is well oiled, lubricated, maintained. It goes through suffering. It drives on the road. That car is not rusting for nothing. It's in very good shape. Do the same to your human body. If you don't take care of your body, where would you live? The answer is nowhere. Or maybe the answer is the grave. So if you don't want to live in the grave, please give yourself the gift of suffering every day if you can, so that you can live for a long time. That's the trade-off. The more you suffer, the longer you live. That's just the fact. I'm telling you that, but it took me a while to learn this. That's the ultimate gift that life has to offer. Suffering. Without suffering, there will be no joy. Without the rain, there will be no sunshine. So all these things go hand in hand. 1 second, guys. Well, guys, I might have to be ending this vlog real soon because my battery is running low. Hello. So I went and picked up the oxygen sensor. Yes, I already got it. So now I need the axle. I need an axle for the same car, okay?
What kind of car is it again?
It's a 2012 Lexus CT200H. CT200H. Pardon my accent.
CT200H?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are you looking for?
The
Control
axle.
arm?
Axle.
Oh.
Passenger front axle. I believe that's what
The
it is.
axle shaft?
Axle shaft, yes. It's a long one.
Driver side? Or passenger?
Passenger side.
Passenger?
The long one, the really long one. Are you Puerto Rican?
No, Mexican.
Mexican, okay. No, I was just listening to the music, you know.
Really? Yeah.
But it's Spanish, so you know, y'all won.
We do have it, so let me go.
Yeah, let's get it. Oh man, this is gonna affect my vlog, you know, because the music is gonna play and they're probably gonna like copyright it or something. But that's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't affect it. How's your day been going though? Awesome. Mine is good. You gotta be happy. It's a choice. I'm naturally happy. How you doing, big guy? I'm doing great.
You helped me out there?
Yeah, she got me already. She went to the back to grab it. Just be nice to people. It's free. Just be good to them. No matter how much money you have, no matter how broke you are, just be good to people. Because without human beings, without other human beings, you're nothing. Think about it. Imagine you were stuck in this planet by yourself. No other person. You go to a restaurant, you have to serve yourself. You have to go to the back, cook the food. You're nothing without the chef. No matter how rich you are, no matter how poor the chef is, you're nothing without the person back there making that experience beautiful for you. So treat people nice. And on the same token, treat people bad when they treat you bad. On that token, guys, I'll see you on the next vlog, okay? Ciao.